Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you guys are new, and welcome to today's video. I do not know if this is going to be the first video of the year or the last video of 2024. I'm currently filming this on the 29th of December, so obviously it is the perfect time to choose our first TBR for 2025. We're going to be choosing my January TBR. I am so excited about this. I recently went book shopping and bought like a bunch of books that I really want to read in 2025, not necessarily in January, but like a lot of books. We have a lot of new books on my TBR, which I am so excited about. And I have also received some like incredible books recently, like insane books that I cannot believe are on my bookshelf. Spot the blue book back there. Like, I'll show you. I'm sure it will come up in this TBR video. If not, I'll show you anyway. I feel like this is going to be such a good TBR. I feel like we have so many incredible reads lined up for this. We're trying a new little angle here today as well because it's just quick access to my bookshelf. I don't have to bring all my other books to my other room. So I hope this lighting is okay. I hope this looks okay. Let me know. But yeah, I hope you guys have had a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful festive season, whatever you celebrate. I am so excited to be going into the new year. It is summer here in Australia as well, and I always thrive in summer. I am a summer girl, I say as I'm wearing a long sleeve, but that's okay. I live in Melbourne, so the weather is always changing. Anyway, I'm just rambling now and getting completely off topic. Okay, so today's video, TBR video, I did this a while ago and I really enjoyed it, and it is doing a TBR wheel. So basically I put in about 12, 13 prompts. We'll put in one more that I just thought of. So we have 13 prompts on this wheel, and I am literally going to spin and probably pick between 5 to 6 prompts depending on like what books we get. I usually like to put about 5 books on my TBR for the month. I feel like that's very realistic. Realistically, I get read about 10 books a month if it's a good month. But sometimes if I'm choosing like 600-page fantasy books, obviously I'm not going to be able to get through as many as I would like. So we'll just see what goes on the TBR, and that will determine how many prompts we choose from our wheel. So without further ado, and without me rambling anymore, let's just choose our first prompt. Okay, so our first prompt is... This really took a long time. A new book in a series. So a series that I haven't started yet. Okay, I have so many good ones for this. I'm gonna get the options for this. I feel like I have so many good series. Oh my God, okay, hang on. Quite a few options. Let's get started. First of all, I believe this is the first in a series. I should have probably checked that. Look, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know whether this series or not. It's a fantasy romance book, I know, and it is a YA fantasy romance book, but I really do not know if this is a series or not. So I'm just realizing that as I said that, I'm gonna put this one down for now. I'm sure I'll pick it up for another prompt. Okay, but the other series that I want to start in 2025, I have so many of them, so this like is a great prompt for me to get. The Prison Healer series by Lynette Noni. I have been hearing like so many incredible things about this for so long, so long. I recently read the Medoran Chronicles back there, and I read that all in 2024 and just absolutely loved it, absolutely fell in love with it. Love our characters, love everything about it, love the world, and I just like, I want to read more Lynette Noni. So I feel like this is a very good option, honestly. I do know that I really want to get to it soon. So like while I've got that motivation there, that's a really good option. We also have the Book of Azrael. I bought this recently as well, and this is the first in I think it's a dark romance, a dark fantasy romance series, which I will either absolutely love and it will become my entire personality, or I will hate it. Like there is usually no in between for me. So I'm a little bit concerned about this one. I really don't know what to think about this one, but I've heard so many incredible things, and that's why I picked it up, because like literally have not heard one bad thing about this book, at least not yet. Maybe I've just been on the good side of TikTok. I don't know. We also have an Ember in the Ashes. This is the start to, I think it's like a 4-book series. I don't know too much about this one. I just know, I think it is a YA fantasy series, a very small subplot of romance, which doesn't really bother me. But I am like desperate to start a new fantasy series that is pretty much going to overtake my entire personality. I don't know too much about what this is about, but I've seen quite a few of my mutuals talk about it. An orphan fighting for her family, a soldier searching for his freedom, a story burning to be told. So we are following our protagonist Leia, I think that's how I pronounce it, and she goes undercover as a slave to the Empire's greatest military academy in exchange for assistance from those who claim that they can save her brother from execution, who has been stolen previously. So that sounds really interesting to me. I love a good undercover. Like if as soon as somebody's like undercover, it makes it, also if there's enemies to lovers, it makes it so much better. Like so much better. So this one's really intriguing me. Oh God, okay. And then the other series I have is The Lies of Locke Lamora. This has been on my TBR for a long time, and this is actually not even my copy, it's my friend's copy. And I thought that would like make me read it quicker so I could get it back to her. It hasn't, it's been months. Embarrassed, honestly. But I really want to read this one as well, because I know we have a really good sense of found family, which I always love. And I think it is like a kind of, it's almost like a Robin Hood type situation. Our main protagonist steals from the rich. We love that. So yeah, I've also heard incredible things about this one. I'm tossing up between these two. I'm tossing up between Ember in the Ashes and the Prison Healer series. Okay, this is really hard. I didn't think it would be this hard. I think I'm gonna go with the Prison Healer. I do want to get this on my TBR, but I think I'm gonna go with the Prison Healer. It just seems like what I'm in the mood for. And I know it's a series that you guys want to see me read. We're going with The Prison Healer for our first prompt. Second prompt. That took way longer than I thought it was going to. An ARC. An ARC I have received. If you don't know what an ARC is, it means advanced readers copies. So I am lucky enough, because I review a lot of books, to get sent early copies of some of my like favorite authors and all that kind of stuff. I have a few potential options for this. And then now I can show you one of the most exciting books I received recently. I've actually received a lot of exciting ARCs, but I have two that come to mind that I'm very curious about. Okay, number one, and probably the most exciting one, we have The Deep End by Ellie Hazelwood. I received this just before Christmas and I could not believe it. I literally could not believe it. They also said my name in it. I also have Bride and Not in Love as the hardcover ARCs from them. Hachette are like my best friend. I love Hachette so much. And they sent me an ARC for The Deep End by Ellie Hazelwood, which is her newest release and comes out in February, I believe. Yes, February 2025. So like to have it this early is insane to me. And as soon as I got it, I wanted to read it. I'm just in the middle of like a Brandon Sanderson book at the moment. Actually, this might be a good like refresher from that. Oh God, don't tempt me. Anyway, this is The Deep End by Ellie Hazelwood. This is another one of her STEM romances. I don't even know what this one's about. I just see Ellie Hazelwood and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be reading that. Okay, it says, Scarlett is swimming upstream, a junior at Stanford and student athlete who specializes in performance diving. Scarlett prefers to keep her head down, concentrating on getting into med school and recovering from the injury that almost ended her career. She has no time for relationships. At least, that's what she tells herself. Swim captain, world champion, all-around aquatics golden boy, Lucas, thrives on discipline. That is how he wins gold medals and breaks records. Complete focus with every stroke. On the surface, Lucas and Scarlett have nothing in common until a well-guarded secret slips out and everything changes. It sounds so good. Why didn't I read this earlier? Honestly, I'm really bad at reading blurb books. Is that anyone else? Like, she's just an auto-buy author for me. So when I see her, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna read her. And sometimes I just like to go in blind. But honestly, okay, I don't think there's competition. This is definitely going on our TBR. I'll show you the other one that I'm really hoping to get to as well. And maybe I can choose it for another prompt. But yeah, this is definitely going on the TBR. I'm so excited about this. I'm gonna actually have to stop myself from reading that before December's over, honestly. This is Wandering Wild by Lynette Noni. These are two of my favorite authors, by the way. And I got sent ARCs for them. Like, I don't understand. It blows my mind. Okay, so Lynette Noni, obviously she's one of my favorite authors. And this is her newest release. This is a contemporary romance. I think this is one of her first like contemporary romances. She usually does fantasy or sci-fi books. So the back just says, "We're alive," I gasped, somewhat stunned. Xander's laugh tickles my ear. I promised I wouldn't let anything happen to you. That doesn't mean I believed you. His reply is soft, meaningful, and causes a shiver to travel down my spine. Now you know better. I'm so excited about this one. I really am. I think I'm gonna choose Deep End, but I really hope this can like fit some other prompts because I'm so excited to read this one. I'll probably end up reading it anyway. This comes out on the 29th of April in 2025. So like a seriously early arc. I'm so grateful. Now we will pick our third prompt, sorry. A book in a series that I have already started. So like continuing a series that I have already started. Okay, look, I feel like it's a good prompt for me to get because I am in the middle of a ridiculous amount of series. I'm gonna browse my bookshelves, hang on. Okay, I feel like we have three options for this. Two are physical and one is on my Kindle. The first book is Skyshade by Alex Astor. This is the third book in the Lightlark saga. I read the first one, actually really enjoyed the first one. Like I rated it a 4.25 stars. I really enjoyed the whole tournament aspect. The second one I rated a 3 stars. I didn't love it as much just because the whole love triangle was starting to really get on my nerves, but I do want to like complete all the books that are out now. And this one isn't a super long one. It's under 400 pages, so it's not very long. And like whilst it did really bug me, the whole love triangle, it's kind of addictive. It is kind of addictive. I'm not even gonna lie. I am a Team Grimm. I'm Team Grimm all the way. I don't know why you wouldn't be. But yeah, so I have this one, which I definitely need to get read. I also have Blood King, which is the second book in the Inferno Rising series. The first book is Rogue King. This is by Abigail Owen, who also wrote The Games Gods Play, which I love. And this is like a paranormal fantasy romance. The only reason I'm hesitant about this one is because it's so spicy. And I don't mind a bit of spice in my books. I really don't, especially my fantasy romance books. But when it becomes like the plot, that's when I'm kind of like, or starts taking away from the plot, that's when I'm kind of, okay, like really, yeah, you know, it starts getting a little annoying. In the last one, I really liked the whole plot of it. Basically, we're set in a world with like vampires, with dragon shifters, phoenix shifters, wolves, everything like that. And I love that setting. I really do. And it's kind of like forced proximity, enemies to lovers situation. But I just felt like the spice really took away from the story. And so I'm a little bit like nervous to go into this one, but it is just 300 pages. So that's another one. And then the other one, the third book in the Zodiac Academy, which I can't believe I'm saying that. I didn't want to continue this series. I really didn't like the first book, but then the second book, something happened. I still don't love it. I really still don't love it, but it's really really addictive. It's really addictive. Like I kind of want to read it soon anyway, just because it's got some sort of hold on me. There's so much I don't like about it. There really is, but I do like the world. Hate a lot of the characters, honestly, but I like the world. So it's like a 50-50. Like what do I think I'm gonna go with Zodiac Academy actually. Now that I'm just talking about it and now that I'm thinking about it, it makes me want to read it. Didn't think that would be happening. Did not think that would be happening. Okay, well that's fine. That's fine. We'll put Zodiac Academy. I feel like after I read book 3, I'll know whether I want to continue the series for good or not because it's a commitment. All right, let's pick our 4th prompt. A book I've been avoiding. I really didn't want to get this prompt, but here we go. Okay, I do actually have a few ideas for this one, and one of them isn't that bad. Let me get them. Okay, we've got 2 main books for this. So the one I've already talked about once is Book of Azrael. Been avoiding this one because I'm just really scared of what I'm going to think of it and if I'm not going to like it, even though I think I will. And I'm very curious about it. So yeah, I'm very curious about this one. And then the other book is completely different genres. Not me thinking this book was dirty, but it's actually just the cover. And that is The Book Thief. I still haven't read this. I bought this a while ago and I've just been a little bit scared to read it, honestly. But I do think I will, I don't want to say enjoy it because it's a sad book, but I do think it'll really connect me. So I do think it's worth me reading and I do really want to get to it. I'm just very scared because I know it's going to be a sad book. I know it's going to be a sad book. So that makes me a little bit scared to go into it. I don't know. And putting it on my TBR kind of feels a bit intense, like making me do it. And I want to go into it when I'm ready for it because I want to be mentally ready for this. So I think we're going to put Book of Azrael. I'm still hoping to get to this very, very soon because it's a classic. Everyone has to read it. But I think I'm going to put Book of Azrael on my TBR for this month just because I think it's more realistic that I will get to it. And I've been reading a lot recently. Our 4th book on the TBR. Okay, now is the point when we decide, do we want 2 more prompts or do we want 1 more? We'll see what we get next prompt. 5th prompt, a recent addition to my TBR. Okay, I have a few of these and I'm kind of thinking, okay, hang on, let me think. Okay, I feel like we're going to have 2 options here and they are both arcs, which is very exciting. So this first one is called, hang on, Our Infinite Fates. It doesn't have the title on the front, so I always forget. But this is called Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen. This is a YA fantasy romance. I think it's a standalone and it says on the front, they've loved each other in 1,000 lifetimes, they've killed each other in every one. So I think it's like a time travel fantasy romance, which is interesting, and a YA fantasy romance, which I always really like. That's literally all the information I have on this book. Everything else is just like quotes on the back from different authors. And V. Schwab reviewed it, which I love V. Schwab, so that's a good sign. And then the other one I showed you before, and that is Wandering Wild by Lynette Noni. Honestly, I really want to put both of these on because I'd love to get to both of them. They both sound really, really good. I think I'm going to enjoy them, but I think I'm leaning towards Lynette Noni a little bit more just because I am so excited about this release. And also because this one's shorter. How many pages is it? I think it's under 400. It's 350. I think that means we can pick another book to go on the TBR as well, which I think that's realistic. Final prompt for this month, for the month of January, a book that reminds you of a Taylor song. Let's think. Okay, this is a lot harder than I thought. I thought this was gonna be easy. I feel like I need some sort of romance book, at least a heavy plot of romance. This book came with a little like card that said the song this is most related to is Exile by Taylor Swift. So that could be an option. I think I also have, okay, I have 2 other books that will probably fit this prompt as well. The first one is All Roads Lead Here. This is like a small town, grumpy sunshine kind of romance book. Losing people you love is hard. Aurora de la Tour knows moving back to a place that was once home isn't going to be easy. Starting your whole life over probably isn't supposed to be easy, but a small town in the mountains might be the perfect remedy for a broken heart. Checking out her landlord across the driveway might just be a cure to it. Okay, this is giving Cowboy Like Me. I'm sorry, it is. I don't know if this is like that kind of vibe. So that's like screaming cowboy to me, or even any Evermore. It's giving Evermore to me. I don't know if I'm right, like the vibe might be completely off. And then I had to pick this one up because this is called Christmas Tree Farm. If you know, you know. So I'm probably not going to pick this one because it's not Christmas anymore, but I thought that was funny. I actually think I'm going to go with All Roads Lead Here. I've been meaning to read this book for a long, long time. I don't know what keeps putting me off it. I've read a few Mariana Zapata books and I really, really like her. So I don't know why I've been avoiding it, but I feel like it's finally time to put it on my TBR. I don't know if I have put it on my TBR before. I can't remember. So I think that's everything for our TBR. Let's go through. Okay, first we have The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. I am so excited to start this series. Like, I don't think you have an idea of how excited I am. All of you have been telling me that I'm gonna love this series for a long, long time. We then have The Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I literally will be forcing myself not to start this until maybe I'll start it on like the 30th, and then like I can just finish it on the 1st, and then it will count towards the January because I am so excited to read this and I want to read this ASAP. So yeah, very excited about this one. We then have the 3rd book in the Zodiac Academy. A little confused about this one. Don't know how I'm gonna like it, but we'll see. Book of Azrael. I hope I enjoy this one. I feel like I will. I feel like a lot of my mutuals who I usually have similar taste to really enjoyed this, so I think I will. Wandering Wild by Lynette Noni. We have 2 Lynette Noni books and I am just beyond grateful to have have received this one so early. All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. And those are the 6 books we have put on our TBR for the month of January, our first TBR for 2025. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you have a wonderful start to the new year. I hope you have some wonderful reads lined up as well. This is the perfect time to go book shopping, by the way. Total excuse, because like refreshing your reads for the new year. At least that's what I tell myself. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. I love you all so much. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. Cannot wait to continue vlogging in the new year. Let me know if you have any videos you want for the new year, by the way. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.